¿Aquí vive?
Mm-hmm.
Está bien grande esta casa.
Estate bien hoy.
Nico, thank you for helping today. I'm Marianne Barris.
Thanks for letting me come work here.
Have you explained the rules? Peter doesn't want anyone going into his office.
Yes, he won't be any trouble.
Dining window, open. Patio door, open.
Anna, why don't you and your son just go in the guest bedroom? The officers that came to the gate work for immigration. If you were to try to leave, they're likely waiting for you out on the street. We have a space in the basement. But we need your cell phones to make sure they stay off.
¿Arreglaron todo esto en tan poco tiempo?
Sí, ¿y qué pasa?
Porque está todo armado como si ya nos estuvieran esperando. ¿Y por qué solamente la puerta se abre por afuera? Hey, were you and your former housekeeper close?
She lived with us.
What happened?
My mom could be pretty demanding. She'd end up quitting.
You never saw her again?
No.
What are you doing? You could not come into my office.
Nico, we can't just be up here like this.
It's important that children see we treat people like you with respect.
Do you want to get separated from your mom? We're committing a crime. This is a crime scene.
Me he dado mucho a este país, pero a veces siento que he fallado.
Mom, they're back. They're at the gate.
No me has fallado, vamos a estar bien.
¿Qué pasa si no?
Prometo que sí, mamá.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we're so excited to have with us here today two very talented actors from the new film At the Gates. We have Ezekiel Pacheco and an absolute classic, a legend, Mr. Noah Wyle. Guys, how are we today? First, let's start there.
Doing great. Thank you for having us.
It's a pleasure to have you guys. What drew you guys to this project particularly?
Go ahead, Zeke. Jump in.
I got an audition from my agents and read the script the first night. And I love the script from the moment I read it. I was working at Amazon when I got it. So it was my first movie. I was really excited to get my first lead part. And then be able to work with Noah is a real pleasure.
It started with the script with me too. I'm always looking out for a good role and a good project. And this one came in and was just checked a lot of boxes, you know. It was a really tight story. It was really self-contained. I really liked Augie, Augustus Bernstein, a lot when I met him, who wrote and directed the film. And the ensemble of actors he pulled together made it really fun to go to work every day.
Speaking of those actors, what is it like to work with the two lovely ladies that I spoke to on Friday, Miranda Otto and Vanessa Benavides? How awesome are they? What's it like working with those two?
Those two are legends. Vanessa's the underground queen. She deserves more credit in this industry. And Miranda, you know, she's been a legend for so long now. Being able to work with like people in this industry who are like so experienced and being able to learn from them. Noah as well, Sadie as well. Everyone like killed their part, so it's been a real honor to work with them.
I didn't have that many scenes with Vanessa, so I didn't really get to appreciate the quality of her work until after I saw the movie. But Miranda and I had a lot of fun working together, and she's just one of those professional tennis players that ups your game when you get on the court with them. It was a real pleasure.
Yeah, you could see the bouncing ball between you and her as you guys were working together. It's great work from you guys. And Dick, for a guy in his first role, man, you absolutely ate in this film. You killed it, my guy. I don't know what you were doing working at Amazon, but I'm looking forward to seeing you in more stuff.
That's good. You know, one of the reasons I wanted to do this interview with Zeke is so I could really just say how amazing this young man is and what a talent he is and what a pleasure it was to watch him not only kill this part, but kill a very large part very early in your career, which is tough to do. And the way he handled himself on set, the way he's been handling himself since, it's incredibly impressive. And we're going to be watching this guy for a long time.
I completely agree with you. Now, I'm going to ask you guys two fun questions that I ask every guest. But first, I want to start with my mother would be so proud of me sitting across from you, Noah, because she's a big fan and has been since ER. So she'll be very happy to see me interviewing you today. But the first question I always like to ask all my guests, it's really fun. is who are some people you guys look up to, whether that be in this industry or in your personal life? And I usually get my mom and dad as an answer. So if that wants to be your answer, that's totally fine.
My mom, my dad, but my little brother. My little brother is like the most important thing to me. He's like still to this day the best day of my life is the day he was born, and I hope to be a better example for him. So because he's gonna be a big star too. Remember the name Kenny Pacheco. But Noah, Augie, everyone I can look up to, Al Pacino, my mentor Ed Harris. I'm very grateful to be around those people.
Ed Harris, that's a damn good answer right there.
Yeah, no, Zeke's mentor list is very, very impressive. And that's the word I would use too, is that my parents have been incredibly significant in my life, and I give them all the credit. But where I don't give them the credit, I give it to the mentors and teachers who have entered my life at very important stages to give me that wisdom that I either couldn't or wouldn't hear from my parents, and carried me to the next stage.
I love that. Do you have some names you want to drop from on your mentor list?
Sure. Sadly, a few of them aren't with us any longer, and I think of them as angels on my shoulder. We lost one just last year. David Crosby was a brother and tremendous artist, and I would appeal to him for wisdom on many subjects, and he never disappointed. I had a publicist for many years named Eddie Michaels who passed away, and whenever, even in doing these interviews, I think I'm listening to his voice in my head saying, "Wrap it up."
So you're not the only one that hears that. Got it. Cool. Good to know. Now, the next question is the hardest question I ask of the day, and this is why I like to ask it right here at this particular point in the interview. And it is, if you had two films to watch for the rest of your life, what two and
why? At the Gates and the next one.
I'm not letting you off that easy, Zeke.
Honestly, it'd probably be Godfather Part 1 and 2.
That's not a bad choice, honestly. You can't go wrong with Coppola, either of them.
I'm gonna take. I'll take Lawrence of Arabia and Young Frankenstein.
They're exact opposites. Perfect. Young Frankenstein is tight 90 minutes of fun comedy, and Lawrence of Arabia is almost 8,000 hours long. So those are two great options. All right, so now I'm going to have you do the most important thing in this entire interview. I want you to elevator pitch me this movie. You got 30 seconds to pitch At the Gates to somebody. Why should they check it out? Zeke, we'll start with you, buddy.
Yeah, At the Gates is a story about a mom and a son, and the ambition of a mom to give her son a better life, and then the son Nico learning that his mind has to be stronger than his feelings to protect his mom. So that's what the film's about. Very heartfelt movie. So it's a love letter to all the moms out there.
See, that's funny. I think this movie is really about a guy named Peter, who. No, this is a story torn from the pages of today's headlines about a mother and a son going to work and facing the unthinkable, which is deportation from a country that they've made and called their home for so long that it would be the ultimate cruelty to do this. And about that debate about how far you want to stick your neck out for someone you don't know very well to do the right thing, and what is the right thing in these really complicated times.
I love that. And I'm going to tell you right now, my dad is from El Salvador. So this one hit home for me. Personally, my dad moved to this country in 1979 to flee a war-torn El Salvador that saw guerrilla warfare fighting their own government. And to see Vanessa's role and to see her and her son, I put myself in your shoes. I put myself in Nico's shoes, Zeke, when I watched the movie, and I see myself and I see my dad in this film. So I wanted to thank you guys for taking a part in this fantastic film. I look forward to seeing more from you, Zeke, and I always look forward to seeing you in anything that you're in, Noah. I really appreciate the time you guys have given me. Anything you want to leave the audience with? I only have a minute left, so.
Just God bless you, bro. Thank you.
Tell your mom you're fine.
I will let my mom know she's up there with the angels. So I appreciate you guys. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you very much, my friend.